What sold? Day 115. The first sale of the day is this Rain Spooner Hawaiian shirt in a men's 2XL. This one didn't have a very good print on it. It just had like some fishermen and some boats. It took 9 months to sell and it sold for a best offer of $16 plus shipping. I usually say that any Rain Spooners in 2XL or bigger are going to be great sellers. This is one of the counter examples that isn't a great seller. Honestly, if I would have probably relisted this or sold it in spring or summertime, it probably would have still sold for about 25 bucks. But I'm happy after having it listed for 9 months to not do any more work relisting it or trying to add new keywords and just getting it sold for 16 bucks and moving on to the next one and just filling my store with better Rain Spooners in the future. So number 2 is this Brooks Brothers dress shirt in a men's 17 with 35-inch sleeves. This one did have a mark or like a stain on the front of it. So it sold in 5 days for a best offer of $12 plus shipping. Any dress shirt that has a flaw in it, I'm happy just to let it go at a very low price and move it out of my store and just move on to the next item. So number 3 is a pair of Bird Dog shorts in a men's 2XL. These are a great brand to find. Their pants sell for I think like 50 or 60 bucks, and their shorts still sell well for about $30 as well. These are lined, think like Lululemon type feeling. Instantly when you feel these, you could tell that they're quality. These sold in 14 days for a best offer of $30 plus shipping. So number 4 is a Dixon flannel in a women's large. This sold in 1 day for a best offer of $20 plus shipping. I actually sold 3 Dixon flannels to the same buyer this day. They were all ones that I just recently listed, but they were all ones that had flaws on them. That's why I held them back from the original buyout of these. These all had quite a bit of peeling on them, and I was gonna hit them with the shaver and try to make them a little bit better, but I don't really like working on the clothes that much. If they have to be washed, no problem, I wash them, but usually when it comes to peeling or repairs, most of the time, unless it's really worth it, I am just going to sell them as is. So I decided just to wash these, and whatever peeling was on them, just sell them as is, and they're not going to sell for nearly as much. This one sold for 20. It probably could have sold for 30, maybe even 35 bucks if it was in great condition, but I'm happy with the quick sale of an item that isn't in great condition. Sale number 5 is this Travis Matthews jacket in a men's 2XL. It is a full zip one. It did have a little embroidery on the sleeve of it, but it still sold in 20 days for a best offer of $24 plus shipping. A lot of the Travis Matthew outerwear does a lot better than some of the other stuff. Like the polos and even the shorts sometimes don't do the best, but the pants and the outerwear still do pretty well. Sale number 6, this is another one of those Dixon flannels that went to the same buyer. This one sold in 1 day for a best offer of $17 plus shipping. The buyer did pay shipping on each one of these too. They didn't ask for combined shipping, so I am going to make at least a few bucks on each of these when it comes to shipping as well. Sale number 7, here's the third Dixon flannel that buyer bought. Another one, like I said, same as the other two, had peeling on them, had some flaws, sold in 1 day, best offer $17, and they did pay shipping on each of them, so making a few extra bucks there on this one as well. This is another Dixon flannel. I can't remember. I think there's 4 women's Dixon flannels, but I think one of them might have went to another buyer. I can't remember if it was this one or another one, but it was in a bit better condition. So this one sold in 1 day for a best offer of $30 plus shipping. It was in a little bit better condition, and this is a pretty sought after one. Let me show you guys the picture. It doesn't actually have a name on it, but I think this one is called the Hammer, and I think this is a sought after one in both the men's and women's. So number 9 is this Prana button-up shirt in a men's large. This took almost 2 years to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $5 plus shipping. After almost 2 years, I'm happy to get even just a couple dollars plus shipping on it. So I'm happy to move this item out of the store. And every time that I move a old or not a good buy item out of my store, I'm actually really happy about it because that's just improving my store overall. And what I want to be is I want every single item in my store to be a desirable, decent, at least a $10 profit item on it. So the more of these that I can move out, then the more new items that are better I can move in. Sale number 10 is this Vineyard Vines quarter zip in a men's XL. Let me show you guys the tag on this one because this is a more sought after line from Vineyard Vines. It's this Jim Nance by Vineyard Vines. This one was a merino wool blend, or actually 100% merino wool as well, which helped increase the value. This one was listed a while. It was listed almost a year, but not quite, which is nice because anytime an item hits a year or older, it goes to 50% off. Since this was still under a year, it was still at the 33% off sale. And this one sold for $28 plus shipping. Sale number 11 is a Rain Spooner Uniqlo shirt in a men's medium. This sold in 11 days for full price, $10 plus shipping. It was priced down way lower than it should have been because there were many flaws on it. So I'm about break even on this shirt, but this is my first time selling a Rain Spooner Uniqlo, and it seems like even if this was in good condition, it would be a decent seller around 20 to 25 bucks. Sale number 12 is a Ralph Lauren button-up shirt, but what makes this one more desirable is the fact that it's 100% linen. This sold in 6 days for full price, $30 plus shipping. This is what you're looking for any Ralph Lauren item. Something out of the ordinary as far as look or material goes. This one looks pretty basic and plain, but being 100% linen made it sell really well. So number 13, another bad buy, is this Huff Worldwide shirt in a men's large. I thought this striped print made it look like a vintage Guess shirt and thought it might sell okay, but it didn't. It took a year and a half to sell and it sold for a best offer of $7 plus shipping. Even if you can pick this item up for $1, I probably wouldn't buy it. Because even if you sell it for $7, you're only gonna make $5 profit, which I wouldn't mind only making $5 profit if it is something that's gonna move very, very quickly. But since this is something that sat around for a long time, a year and a half, not an item that I would suggest picking up at all. Sale number 14, this is a nice sale. This is a Brooks Brothers Milano dress shirt in a men's 1735. I think it's the same as the dress shirt that sold earlier today for only 12 bucks, but this one didn't have any flaws in it. So it sold in 5 days for a best offer of $24 plus shipping. Brooks Brothers shirts you can find at almost every thrift store in America. So if you can learn the ones that are good, that are the best sellers, then you are going to be able to make a good amount of money on them. These are usually only $5 to $7 at most thrift stores. So if you can consistently find the ones that sell for around 25 bucks plus shipping, that is pretty much a gold mine in my standards. So I'm not an expert yet in the Brooks Brothers dress shirts, but I am going to be doing more research into them. So hopefully in the future you guys can learn a little bit more about them from me if you keep watching the What Solds. So number 15 is this Lacoste quarter zip sweater in a men's size 8, which I think is like an XL or 2XL. And this took just under a year to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $14 plus shipping. It did have some flaws and discolorations on it, so it wasn't in perfect condition. I think if it was in great condition, this could be close to a $25 item. So number 16 in the final sale of the day was this Rain Spooner Hawaiian shirt in a men's medium. This was a newer one, so it did have it was a tailored fit one. Let me go ahead and show you guys the tag. This is a newer Rain Spooner tag, and usually when they have what kind of fit they are above the tag, that also is an indicator that they're a newer one. But I'm actually pretty happy with the sale. It's a pretty basic one. It's just in a men's size medium. It sold in 44 days for a best offer of $22 plus shipping. Like I said, that is a pretty good sale for just a pretty basic Rain Spooner in a men's medium. That's it for the sales. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for day 116 of the What Sold series. Peace.